Vaccines are a contentious issue. They shouldn't be, but unfortunately, society is telling us that they are. So here's a question for you. I'm going to do these. Hopefully we'll have enough time to do them in class. We might even do them as little debates during the second half of our double next week, but we'll see how we go. So vaccinations should be a compulsory requirement for all students starting school. Now, it's just a question. Just think about it. Next one is this was in the news very recently about Bryce Cartwright and two other Titans players. So these are in the NRL. They were stood down from the team because they refused to have a flu shot. Yeah, what do you think about this? Now, there are two groups I'm just going to discuss really briefly. The first one are these guys. You may have heard of them. They are very vocal and they are a minority. So these are what we call anti-vaxxers. You can see these are some of the imagery that they use. You've got all these people pushing back against the needle. Yeah. If you knew the ingredients in a vaccine, would you risk it? So there are some ingredients that are just chemicals and they are used to suspend the antigens and make sure that they're safely delivered. But we do so many safety trials on these vaccines. You get people that protest in front of Parliament and talk about the fact that a vaccine is against their own autonomy and that they can cause injury and death and that they're unavoidably unsafe and the medical system is enforcing this and I should have my own right to choose. Now, this last bit down here is a cartoon of a woman saying, I am concerned about vaccines causing autism. The doctor goes, vaccines don't cause autism, period. Now she goes, oh, but look, it's written here right on the packaging insert. He's like, I'd like you to stop reading so much. Yeah, so this is some of the arguments that the anti-vaxxers might use. In addition to that, you've got pro-vaccination. So these are people that are pro-vax. Sorry, I just got really shocked. Yeah. So we've got our pro-vaccination arguments are a little bit different. So we've got here on the side to vaccinate. So this big one here, to vaccinate or not to vaccinate, that's a silly question. So they're saying if you vaccinate, you're definitely safe. If you don't vaccinate, you're rolling the dice and potentially ending up with these diseases. You've also got people that protest for vaccines. So you've got people that protest against vaccines and you've got people that protest for vaccines. So this one says, remember polio? I don't. Vaccines save lives. Yeah, thanks science and all of this. So there are people on both sides of the argument and it'll be really interesting to have this conversation with you in class. So we've got here that you've got the Grim Reaper representing death, and he's saying don't vaccinate, and he's just saying just trying to drum up business. So essentially if you don't vaccinate, you are likely to kill people. But I'd really like to have this discussion in person versus me at a camera.